Hi there, Chris Kyle here, founder of Launch Academy. I'm so excited to share with you a little peek behind the curtain of my recent launch of Launch Academy. I received a number of emails and comments and questions from people asking me, what are some of the things that I do during a launch that helps it be more successful? What are the things that I'm thinking about? What are the approaches I take? So I thought I'd share with you a series of 3 videos of my 3 simple keys for how you can create a better launch for your online course or product. So this is kind of a little peek behind my recent launch, and so we'll dive in. The number 1 item here is your marketing partners. Now, here's the tip though, is it's critical to start early with finding and inviting and confirming your marketing partners. Now, for those of you that aren't sure what a marketing partner is, there's a lot of words out there for these partners. So it's affiliate partners, JV or joint venture partners, marketing partners, support partners. They all mean the same thing. They're basically people who have a list or a following. They have their own community who are willing to support you in your launch. So it's such a critical thing. The key mistake I see course creators when they're launching their course is they wait way too long to start having those conversations with potential partners to help them get the word out about their course. In some cases, I've heard people that are waiting 2 or 3 or 4 weeks before their course is actually going to start before talking to potential partners, and that's way too late. So my recommendation, before I dive into these pieces, my recommendation is that you generally start about 6 to 9 months before the start of your course. You put that in the calendar. I'm going to launch my course in February of 2019. And then you work all the way back to basically the summer of 2018 to start thinking about partners, inviting partners. Now, partners that have a much bigger list, bigger following, they're doing more marketing, they tend to get busier. Their marketing schedule or calendar to support other people gets filled up much sooner. It doesn't mean that within 2 or 3 months before your course that you can't find marketing partners, absolutely. But the ones that are at the highest level, what we'll call our priority number 1 partners, you may need to talk to at least 6 months, 9 months. Some people even have 12 months in advance of when they're putting their marketing calendar together for their own programs and then to also support other people that they have a marketing relationship with. So the key thing is to start early. I would say at the earliest possible is you want to be at least 3 months out. Okay, 3 months out. If you're inside that window, you're likely to get more no's from partners saying, oh, I just can't do it in that time window. I'd love to support you, but I can't. So here's the thing. Here's my recommendation is that as you start thinking about potential partners, you just go out into your network, you leverage people you know, and I'm going to encourage you to then put potential partners into 3 buckets. Bucket number 1 are your hot partner list, and those are people that you know who like you, love you, have a following, and basically it's super easy to talk to them and ask them for what you'd like, to ask them if they would support you in the launch of your course. So those are the easy ones. Those are the hot leads that you can easily ask for a favor, to have a conversation about your launch with them. So that's bucket number 1, hot. Bucket number 2 are the warm leads. Now, generally, these are the people where you might have some connection into, or you have a good friend that has a connection into them. And so there's a warm relationship. They maybe know a little bit about you. Maybe they know a little bit about what you're planning to teach. And so you would put them into the warm category, bucket 2 of warm. And then you actually want to also stretch yourself and create a category of cool or cold leads. These would be potential partners that you don't know, that maybe are teachers that you've heard of, or you've read something of theirs or their blog, or you've been on an online course of theirs, whatever it is, but you don't know them. And you're not even sure if your network knows that person. But here's the thing is when you put that on there, the names down on the cool list, you're actually stretching yourself into expanding your network, stretching yourself to reach out and talk to people that you may not know. And so there is a little risk with it. There's a little bit of a nervousness, I'm sure. But putting that in there is it actually expands the possibilities for you and has you thinking a little bit, well, why wouldn't I talk to them? I believe in my content, I believe in my course, and I think there's a natural fit with that partner. So first step is to use an Excel spreadsheet or a Google spreadsheet, even a Word document if you'd like, to start capturing names of potential partners that fall into the hot, warm, and cool categories, and literally list them in there. Put their names down, if you have their phone number, email address, their website. Just capture it as essentially a database of potential partners for you. So what we'll do then from there is that you'll get them on the list, like I'm saying, and then create your priority levels. So not only do you have the hot, warm, cool, which is just kind of bucketing them, and I encourage you to go after the hot and warm people first because it's a lot easier for you to do that. Then what you want to do is create priority levels of the people on the list. So as you get names on there, you want to think about who are the biggest sort of names, the biggest fish, maybe have the biggest following or biggest list, ones that you believe would have the most impact on your, on your course offering, right? That could reach the most number of people. So I'm going to encourage you to have them in priority number 1, 2, or 3, and on your list you can just prioritize that person as a priority 1. It doesn't necessarily mean that's the person that you'll talk to first, but that this is more about the impact priority level, that all the priority 1 people will have generally the larger following, the potential bigger impact for you in your course launch. And then priority 2 is just that next tier down, and then priority 3, next tier down. So you're just creating these priority levels so oh yeah, if this priority 1 is a warm lead, that's definitely somebody you want to talk to. If this priority 1 is a hot or a warm lead, that's the very first person you're going to talk to. But you also might have a hot priority 3. Absolutely you want to talk to them, but maybe you prioritize them in the conversations a little bit later. If you have cold that's priority 1, that may be something after you've talked to a few of your warm leads and your hot leads, then you really want to go back and say, okay, I'm going to reach out by email or find a friend of a friend to get to that person. And then again, leverage your network. So it's really key that you don't try to do this on your own. You really want to leverage your own network so that you can find links between potential partners. You can do this in Facebook, you can do this in LinkedIn to see if you have any overlap of connection to that person that you'd like as a potential partner. So again, as a recap, is you want to start early with looking at inviting your marketing partners. You want to put them into hot, warm, and cool leads. And you want to start with the hot and warm first so that it's a little easier for you. You get into a little bit of the flow of how you talk about your course. And then you invite them. And then of course, you move to the cold leads when you feel ready. And then you simply invite them to supporting you in your course. Also, I didn't mention this earlier, but I think it's important that you really open the space up for the conversation to be where there's mutual support of each other. So you may be asking for support for your course, but I highly encourage you to also open the space to return the favor to them. Like, hey, I'd be happy to support you on something in the future. Even if your list is small and theirs is big, you can always do something to support them that I'm sure they would appreciate. It doesn't always have to be list size is the same for both of you to play. You can always find ways to support each other that work for both of you. So that's it. Stay tuned for video number 2 and video number 3 about my simple and somewhat inside secret on how to market your online course or product. Thanks a lot.